everybody? We are back. It is Safe to Unlaw's favorite Raiders podcast, favorite Raiders channel, favorite Raiders everything. We are back. You guys already know what to do. Hit the subscribe button. Subscribe. Hit the like button if you like it. Hit the dislike button if you don't like it. Leave a comment if you like it. Leave a comment if you don't like it. Also follow us on Twitter at the Mark John NFL for me, at mholder95 for Matt, and at Glen Rockney for Glenn. And of course, pandasubs.com, discount code TDL for 25% off. And then also get you a jacket from Homage. I don't know. You could maybe, if you want to buy another team, you could also get 15% off for other football teams.
You want to go the Rob Lowe route? Just get the generic NFL logo. They might have something like that.
Yeah, they might have some, just an NFL shirt. This is NFL. You know what I mean? Like if you, you know what I mean? Like do that as well.
What I think is, I think they use such premium materials and fabrics that your tears, you can get soaked up by that sweatshirt a little bit. You're not going to damage it at all. Premium Raiders fabrics here at Homage.
Yeah. Exactly, guys. All right, so that was probably the most embarrassing football game I've ever watched in my life. I'm not going to lie. That game was just.
I'm not even sure it's top 5, Marcus.
I don't know.
50 to
I don't
nothing.
know. That might be
the Rams game. Trey Mason getting like 300 yards against us. The problem is that I wish you were correct. I wish I could be like, yeah, Marcus, that sucked. You were so right.
Yeah, I'm sure if we went back to it, there's got to be another chance. But I don't know many times that they've had less than 100 yards of offense. Marcus, I know you played high school. Glenn, did you play football in high school? No, gotcha. So I don't know if Marcus, if you guys did this, but like when we were in high school, like at the end of like summer, like right before the start of the season, we'd always have like this scrimmage, like varsity versus JV, like parents come out and whatever, we have a big barbecue. And it's really just more like a tune-up, like a practice, like for the varsity team to kind of get their confidence going before the season opener. That's what I felt like I just watched. Like we just watched the Chiefs go practice for 2.5 hours while they kicked the shit out of the scout team, aka the Las Vegas Raiders, the JV squad that they fucking rolled out there. Oh my God. Like it literally, like the game flew by so quickly. That's the one saving grace, is like the Raiders couldn't control the ball or have the ball long enough or stop the Chiefs, that we were done by 12:45. Like literally the game was over. And we were done. I mean, before that, I think everyone was on the same page of tuning it out probably by noon, if not earlier. I don't know. I looked down and there was like no time left in the first half. I'm like, it's only 11 o'clock. But yeah, I just felt like I just watched a varsity football team play a JV squad. Like it looked like they weren't even playing the same goddamn sport today.
I just like the best player today was AJ Cole, man. He had some great punts. It didn't matter though.
Great job taking the football, and we punted really well today, guys. I don't know what you guys are watching. This was awesome.
Shout out Jake Bobenheimer. Every snap right there.
Woo. Some great punts today, man. He went like right outside the sidelines, right out the 8. I was like, oh, hey, great field position. Didn't matter. They just went down and scored.
Yeah, that's
maybe AJ Cole should have played linebacker. I don't fucking know.
Quarterback. Yeah, no, I mean,
quarterback. I don't know.
That pass he threw to Divine Diablo last year might have been one of the better ones we've seen. If it was this year, I mean, it was just it was awful. I will say, I felt nothing when I watched it. I watched, by the way, if he's in the chat right now, that USC guy that was giving me hell, where you at? I guess you can't be in the chat today. I guess you're busy, prior commitments. But anyways, I was watching that game last night, and I am objectively a bigger NFL fan than I am college fan, but I was like into it. I'm yelling, nah, fuck that, that's not a flag. I'm like doing that. I'm watching the Raiders game, and it's like I'm in like a DUI class or something.
Yeah.
So it's like punishment. Not that I know what that's like, but like there's just punishment. You know what I mean? Like I'm just like I'm there. It's like Breakfast Club or something. Like everyone's just sitting watching the principal talk. I was like, this sucks. And I was like, it was a day where I was almost like, and Marcus, I thank you for this opportunity, but I was like, I think I have to watch this game because I'm going to talk about it. Like I was like, this is so bad. Like it's so bad. I mean, you see it from the get-go. Like from the get-go, they just can't stop the Chiefs. We can complain about officials. It does suck when like anytime you lay a hand on somebody, it's obviously a flag. Any big play, it's obviously a flag. And then you watch the Chiefs, like they do look good. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, they do look good. And I don't even think if the Raiders played like a lot, I think they would have got their ass kicked if they played a lot of different versions of Raiders football today, but they showed up and played the worst version of it. And like they've played 3 really good teams this year. I'll consider the Chiefs a really good team now that they're like healthy and stuff. They played 3 really good teams this year, and they haven't had a shot in any of the games.
They get blown out.
Yeah, like the Chargers. I mean, I guess you could say the Chargers, but that game didn't feel that close either. Even though they lost it for a different reason. It's just they're bad. I know people want these like wholesale changes, like these like, nah, Pete's got to go. Go. Dude, I'm sorry. Like, we're gonna have to ride this out. Like, get a different hobby. Watch this channel, of course, but like, get a different hobby. Like, the team sucks. The roster sucks. Like, you watch it. I'm sorry, you can't like go to work then and be like, hey. Your coworker says, "Hey, man, what happened to the Raiders yesterday?" You can't be like, "Yeah, Caillou blew Kelly, man. Who knew? He sucks." Like the guy's gonna go, "Did you say English to me right now?" Like people, nobody knows who half these players are. Like the roster is terrible, and there's definitely mismanagement among the coaching staff. I'm not letting them off the hook, but we're gonna have to see this through for a little bit, man. Like you cannot fire 3 coaches in 3 years and expect anybody to take this job worth a shit.
Because go ahead, Matt. Go ahead.
I was gonna say that was like my one thing. Like that was my thinking too. Is like this is almost a fireable offense for Pete Carroll, but at the same time, like you can't just keep firing all these coaches because nobody's gonna want this job. Like you might as well just write it out with Pete, even if you don't think he's the coach or the long-term coach, because it's like, well, these next few years, like I was just sitting there watching this game, like that was what I was doing as I was reacting to it. Is like this feels like it's going to be a multi-year rebuild, and like at this point, like shit, you might as well just let Pete Carroll write it out for as long as he wants to, because if you get rid of someone, I don't know who's going to want the job.
No,
like you're not like last year we flirted with Ben Johnson, and again maybe that wasn't as close as it made to be seen, but like no one is going to have interest. Like you're not going to get even like a Liam Cohen to take this job. You know what I mean? In the offseason.
Yeah, and I made that tweet about is the talent issue is not that deep, but I know there's some people mad because they want to, they want to just fire somebody, right? Yeah. But I mean, they just don't have any talent on this team, really. I mean, especially defense. Yeah, they have no talent. Like we could keep it real. Like we could talk about offense. I mean, we like Jake Best, Trey Tucker, we like some of these guys, but they have no talent on defense, right? And if we can get at somebody, I would kind of get at Spytek a little bit because, the way that they drafted this year, like you have a quarterback, right? So you have a quarterback, right? And I feel like you have some pretty decent offensive players. I feel like you have to draft defense because then now you could build the offense around it. If these guys work out, that's something more you could do like the next year. And they don't have any talent on defense, but now we got to draft a quarterback. So now, like, we got to make it like, okay, like there's all these great defensive players up at the top of this draft, right? Like Matt's shown 2 of them. I'm like, oh my God, these guys are great. And I'm thinking the whole time, but we have to draft a quarterback, so we can't get him. So that's my problem, which is kind of what Spytek did, is that he drafted all these offensive players for and then they were at Utah looking at Spencer Fano. I'm like, if you draft a tackle, I'm going to be really upset. You know what I mean? Like, really? And I get it. Yeah, because how are they going to build this team, Glenn? That's what I'm looking at after watching this game. Because I'm watching this game. They have no talent. I'm like, okay, so how do they build talent? We got to get a quarterback. But then there's a lot of defensive players. So they do free agency. Like, it's going to be tough. It is. This is going to be a tough rebuild. I'm just being real.
I think it's tough. I think it's tough to do that. I just mean it's tough to do that because your draft is not always for this year, right?
Yeah.
Okay, the first round pick is Ashton Genty's for this year. We can talk for a million years about that. But you draft guys for your next few years. I've said it for a long time. They have almost nothing out of their draft class before Spytek got there. They're not getting anything. Like, I'm sorry. Nobody's given Tyree Wilson more grace than me. Where you at? You know what I'm saying? Where you at? Where are these guys? You know what I'm saying? Like from 2021, I'm sorry. Like that's why there's no talent on this roster, is because they should be having guys in year 4 that are at least solid contributors. And Spytek is not without criticism. Like what's with these O-line? Why aren't they playing? What's with these guys? Some of the picks I'm not so sure about, but I don't blame them. Matt, I talked over you. Go ahead. What you were going to say?
No, you're good. I was going to kind of say what you were saying a little bit too. Like, I think part of me wonders, like, looking back on it now, if Spytek was like, yeah, I looked at this roster and I don't give a shit about the team needs right now. I'm just going to try and take the guys that I think can be better in the long run. And I get it. It's frustrating because, Charles Grant hasn't played at all. And what's his name? Kayla Rogers hasn't even been inactive for 1 game. Tonka Hemingway, PJ Pegues, they were inactive today, which Adam Butler going down in pregame warm-ups, it would have been nice to have one of those guys up to get some reps today. But I do feel like Spytek, like, partly like going back to like, I'm just trying to make the best team 2 or 3 years from now. Now, again, getting Geno Smith's not like exactly that kind of move, but I also think he probably looked at it as, we're drafting, I don't know, 6. I don't really like any of the quarterbacks in this draft class, so I'll throw Pete a bone and get him his old guy, his old QB back from, he could be my bridge starter for a few years. But I like to see them suffer, like Larry lack so much talent on defense, and then you look over and you see guys like Xavier Watts, like Billy Bowman that are starting for other teams, while your third and fourth round picks aren't even active. It does hurt. It does hurt, and it is ugly for Spy Tech right now.
Yeah, because even like Jacob Parrish is balling for the Bucks.
Yeah,
Matt texted me when Holmes threw Worthy on the ground and then got out jumped by Worthy, and it's
got out muscled by 150-pound wide receiver.
Yeah, and that's the thing. See, somebody said that isn't the defense ranked 11th? Like 11th, like so that's the thing.
Yards. Not after this game and the Colts game.
Yeah. Because you have to look at it this way, right? The Chiefs, like, basically had the ball the whole game, guys. They ran 29 plays on offense. I can't even really talk about the offense because they didn't have the ball. Yeah. And I guess you can kind of like get into the play calling a little bit, right? Because they should have just kept running the ball, but like they didn't have the ball because the Chiefs were like, okay, you guys, they have Devin White and Landon Roberts out there. We're just going to throw to the middle of the field every single play. That's what they did. They literally ran like the same play, same hitches right in between those guys. They threw to Kyle Kelly a little bit in the red zone, but the rest of it was just like same. It was literally, I felt like they were running the same play in a different way. They would maybe have a run a guy zone and he'd come in the middle. It was just the same guys. And like that's not going to work because those guys aren't very talented. Atlanta Roberts has not played this many snaps since like 2020.
Yeah.
Either is really Devin White.
No,
you know what I mean? Like these guys aren't that. So like that's the thing. They thought that they could cover it up, and they have been at times. But like when you play a really good team, they played 3 good teams, right? I mean, they've got destroyed in all of them.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I mean, they played the Patriots. Looking back on it, they play the Patriots. The Patriots end up looking like a good team, and shit, that's one of their 2 wins.
That was our Ravens. That was our Ravens win of last year.
Good for one in the beginning of the season.
Yeah, just a fun one. No, I don't know. To me, I know it's like in the moment, everyone's like, everything's on fire. I'm just kind of like, they're gotta have to see this through. The worst thing you can do right now is in the offseason go trade a first-round pick for somebody that you think is going to fix the team. Like that's they always do that when they're like right in the eye of the storm. I've come to realize, and like the last 2 times people say, "Oh, I'm tired of rebuilding all the time." Well, you got to keep doing it till it works. Like when you had 3 first-round picks in 2019 and none of them from Josh Jacobs is good, but he's not on the team anymore. Like none of them are on the team or contributing in any way. Like that's 2019. It's not 10 years ago. That's 6 years ago. Some of these guys should be having their second deals with you, other than Crosby. That's the case. And to me, it's like with Carroll. I think I see some people in the comments like Spy Tech. In my opinion, the leftover salary cap money, which I know people are saying isn't real or not, but they went into they could have spent a lot more in the offseason than they did. Yeah. And I think they would have if Spy Tech thought they were going to be that kind of good. Now, Pete, I think, has a bit of an ego and thinks he can make chicken salad out of chicken shit. He's realizing maybe that's not the case right now. And a lot of that was him bringing in Geno and saying he's the guy that I can win 7 to 8 games with. We'll be a player away, and that's how we'll build this team. It's not going to work. Like, it's not going to work that way. They're just going to have to keep this going together because, to be honest, like, you lose a lot of these free agents. Like, people are mad about Divine Diablo playing well for Atlanta. People are mad about, Spillane or any of these other people that are playing well on these other teams. When you change administrations constantly, those are the casualties a lot of times. They let those guys go. Like they have no sort of continuity on this roster whatsoever other than Max Crosby and like the specialists, and all of that. And, you have Patrick Graham, but I can't imagine Patrick Graham's here after this year, to be honest. To me, Kelly and Graham are the ones that are going to go. Because if you're going to bring in a new quarterback next year, you don't really have to have Chip Kelly here for your new quarterback. Like, it's fine to start over there, in my opinion. But we're going to have to see this through. Everybody talks about winning meaningless games. Guess what? I don't think we're going to win that many meaningless games this year, guys. So maybe. But I just think right now that was a pretty that was a pretty season defining, like, okay, you have to look at this. You cannot look at this team as anything other than a bottom dweller this year. And you got to act as such. And
exactly.
Guys, like I don't blame fans that don't want to spend money on the team right now, but at the end of the day, they're gonna have to eventually acquire talent. Eventually, you have to do it.
I mean,
go ahead, man.
I was just saying, building off just real quick point, building off Glenn, they might not win a surprise game. The games that you think they might win, like the Jaguars. I mean, I guess the Jaguars have lost 2 in a row, so now it's not great. But like Jaguars, not exactly a walk in the park anymore. You got the Cowboys. I guess the Browns.
The Giants aren't half bad.
The Giants aren't easy anymore. Yeah. So like they're and then their schedule gets pretty tough with playing like the Chargers again, the Broncos again, Eagles, Texans. So there's a chance. If you're rooting for the tank job, there's a chance.
But then also Crosby, how bad is Crosby hurt? So I mean you're talking Crosby's hurt. Like it might just be that year again. And I don't know. To me, I know people get mad about like the Genty pick. That's like the first place they go. I don't know. I didn't watch him. I didn't think going, wow, this guy sucks today. I didn't think that today. And I still think he can be a massive, at some point, be like the best, if not one of the best, if not the best players on this team, which is what you want in the top when you're picking in the top 10. And they're going to be picking in the top 10 again this year. There's no doubt in my mind. There's a million ways you can go. We'll see what the quarterback situation is there. I mean, I watched Matt's Peter Woods breakdown. That sounds good to me right about now. Like him coming in there. Pete's job might just be to sit there and take lumps for the end of his career and try to make the best out of a young roster. Because the veterans they've brought in don't excite me at all. Especially that linebacker core, which that was the easiest offensive game plan of Andy Reid's career today.
Yeah, it really is just a talent thing to me because watching this game, because I wasn't even really like paying attention. I was just really thinking about like what is going to happen after this game because that's how bad it was.
Yeah,
I was thinking about the future the whole time I was watching it, and the Raiders just need talent. And I was thinking like, is Nick Sirianni really that great of a coach?
No.
You know what I mean? Like they just have tons of talent. So like because if they have to go get a new coach, right? We all want the best hire, but like, we keep bringing these guys in, but they don't have any talent around them. So like they still suck. And I hated Josh McDaniels more than anybody. All right. But like the Raiders need some like studs everywhere. Can we get some like, you know what I mean? Like when's the last time you walked out there? I mean, the Raiders won games with Jack Del Rio. You know what I mean? Because they had good players. They had talent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like it's like I don't know. You just need like talent around this team. And it's just hard. It's hard to like, kind of get like full breakdown. Fire this guy. Fire this. But the first thing you need to get though is talent. Where there's guys everywhere that you feel like are good players, and then the holes you have, you fill them in free agency, which is like, that's why I kind of got on Josh Spytek a little bit too, because I mean, at this point you look back, like, would it really been that bad to pay Trayvon Moore that much money? Like, would it matter that much?
I agree.
Spillane at least make plays in the ball in the middle of the field. He was at least in the right spot more often.
I don't know if they win this game, but they're a lot more watchable. I'll just say that much.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's not even like some of those players are like great players. I'm saying, but like at this point, like I don't know. It's just I'm trying to figure out like how this team's going to look, how they are going to rebuild because they got to draft a quarterback because Gino's not going to work out obviously, unless they convince themselves that they can just get a new offensive coordinator and then it's going to work.
Yeah,
which we got to hope they don't do that, but.
I could also see them looking at it being like, again, this is probably a multi-year project. Let's get let's not force it on a quarterback and get the rest of it. Like you're talking about getting the rest of the talent and the rest of the roster figured out first. If they don't like anybody, if someone that they do like, if they're in Mendoza range or something like that and they like him, then maybe pull the trigger. But at the same time, there's a lot of work that needs to be done.
I'd understand both approaches. Yeah. I would understand both approaches. I would, because I do think there's not nothing here, especially on offense. Like if you were to grab a quarterback, there's not nothing, and I think a lot of the offensive struggles are like, wow, we brought in a quarterback that's not any good, And there's like there's a lot of stuff that happens where you're like, okay, is it the greatest receiving core? No, they're injured and stuff. But there are a few times where you're like, Gino, what are you doing? You know, like what like he's playing bad independent of that, in my opinion. And then there's problems there. On defense, to me, like I said, like you could go either way. I don't think either way is wrong, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You just got to you got to pick the right players. Like it's like you could say, oh, we're going to draft all defense. Then you could draft Cleveland Farrell and Jonathan Abram. You know what I mean? Like that was a good approach, in my opinion, was draft two guys that could really set the tone on your defense. They suck though, or at least are not.
Yeah.
You know, I'll put more respect on Cleveland Farrell's name than Jonathan Abram because one's in the league, one isn't. But the exact kind of, you know, you just got to make the right moves. Like you can't draft like bad players like that. That's and I don't think this. I think Kelly's a dud. Unfortunately, it's Chip Kelly. I think he's a dud. Like I'm just not seeing it. I think teams just seem to know what the Raiders are doing constantly, and there's something being telegraphed there. But you will eventually have to, like, I think you can definitely you might have to eat that money, Mark, that you paid Chip Kelly. But other than that, to me, it's just like they got to just build this roster. And guess what? Nobody expects you to be good. Nobody does, except for like a couple of weird NFL Network people that always pick us to win every game. But other than that, nobody expects you to be good. So you have time. It's just you can't like bypass the shortcut. You can't do all the shortcuts to making a good team.
Yeah. I think Chip Kelly, I think if I remember correctly, like in the offseason, they made him like the highest paid coordinator in the league, right? I remember that tweet from Albert Breer. It's like the Raiders are serious about winning. They're making Chip Kelly like $6 million a year to be the highest paid coordinator. That's crazy.
The WNBA championship bonus can cover that up, though. So
there we go.
Like, eat that for sure. It's Vegas, baby. You know what I mean? No, I don't. I just don't. I thought the Chip Kelly hire was very intriguing. Can't say that I was against it, but I'm just looking at it and I'm like, man, I'm just not seeing any sort of creativity and fun. You know, just the Dante Thornton fixation is really bothering me. That guy does not look like he knows what he's doing out there.
Yeah.
He just doesn't. And then Besh lines up off sides, and that's the see you later.
Yep. Yeah.
No targets for you.
You're out of here.
One mistake.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know. I just kind of like, to me, I think a lot of that, the offense, I still think runs through Chip Kelly. I still think he's making a lot of these calls, but we'll never know. I just know that Raider fans, like, they get an adrenaline rush out of a fired coach. And we need to stop the adrenaline rushes. Let's be boring.
Yeah.
I don't think they are going to fire Pete Carroll. You know, and that's why I'm thinking about their plan of the future, because it's like these guys are going to be here, right? Probably next year, and they got to figure out what they did, because a part of me thinks that, you know, they were like half rebuild, half let's win as many games as possible, and you can't do that. You gotta choose one, in my opinion.
They tried to play both sides.
Like, we're gonna rebuild a little bit, but also we're gonna trade for Geno Smith, and he's gonna give us enough wins so we are respectable. And now Geno's playing bad, and they don't have the talent, and now it looks like a full rebuild. And I still think they got to build up this defense. That's gonna be their main focus in the offseason, because like it's bad, man. Like I don't know, because I feel like there's still like things like they have Ashton Genty. You know, they can probably add some couple. I mean, they drafted offensive line guys already, so you know you're gonna expect those offensive line guys to start playing soon here, right? You expect like Besh and some of those guys to get better, right? And they maybe can add a couple of wide receiver pieces, or you know, whatever they want to add. That I just think they got to focus on defense, man. I can't watch Devin White and those guys anymore. I'm tired of that shit. I can't do it.
They're terrible. They're terrible on defense.
They are. They really are. And they've been covering it up. Great job. And that's when we talk about coaching. I mean, and we say like they're ranked 11th. I mean, that's kind of is coaching, but this is a talent league, man. I mean, that's my thing. Like Barry Switzer.
It's getting exposed.
Barry Switzer.
How do you feel seeing this bad?
Oh, it's easy. They've done it a few times.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know, 20 years of sucking.
2018 Raiders were god awful. The 2006 Raiders. I mean, I have to say, if you're still wondering how, I mean, there's a few blueprints of seasons I could show you. It's pretty easy. And like I said, I to a lot of fans last year. I remember being like, oh, cool, we beat the Saints last year, beat the Jaguars. It was a nice win on Sunday. Everybody, why'd you win that game? I'm like, well, all right, guys, it's losing sucks. It's not fun. Like everybody wants to do the tank thing until you got to do it. And like I said, better take up fishing or something. Like if you want to tank, like do something else because watching it is terrible.
Yeah. Is the talent level is bad, but then is it bad? Is it? It seems partially scheme, right? I mean, it's bad scheme. It's a scheme that tries to cover up not having talent. That's what their scheme is.
Yeah, because people talk about those linebacker, like they'll be like, "Oh, you're playing that soft coverage." I'm like, "You're playing soft coverage with linebackers that can't cover. That's the problem." And they also miss the tackle. It's like, I get the idea of keeping the ball in front of you and making a tackle. It's just they're not doing either of those things.
Go ahead, man.
I was gonna say people have asked me why they're not playing man coverage and why they keep doing that. I'm like, you don't understand. They can't.
Yeah.
You think Kayubu Kelly is getting beat in cover 3 over the top and underneath?
Yeah.
How do you think he's going to be able to stick with a guy in man coverage? Like he's just bad.
Yeah, they play defense like this, guys, because they don't have talent. This is like my whole point.
They try to keep everything in, like Glenn said, they try and keep everything in front of them, and then it just doesn't work. Like you play a team like the Chiefs that are fine picking you apart methodically, and it just doesn't work.
Yeah. Like in baseball, what would happen in baseball is like when you're up a little bit in like the 9th inning, they'll tell the outfielders to play no diving, no doubles, right? No diving, no doubles. Everything's a single. It's either hit in front of you or it's either hit over the fence or it's a single in front of you, like or you catch it. Those are the 3 things. So like the Raiders play that kind of defense, and then people are diving and doubles go over their head, and then eventually they give up the home run. That's what happened. Like you saw it I think it was the first drive. AJ Cole pins him back. We're like, oh, okay, here we go. You know what I'm saying? Like, he pins him back at the 5-yard line. We'll see what we can do. And then Landon Roberts, for whatever reason, just goes, oh, Mahomes is running. They got 2 guys right there, right there playing for Mahomes to break the puck. Landon Roberts just goes, 80. Who's 87? The practice squad guy behind me? No, I'm gonna run up here. And then they just throw it over the head. They're not good. That's not coaching. These guys have been in the league for years. They are what they are.
Yeah. People, Universal asked, like, you guys talk about the defense, but you mean the offense can't keep the ball for more than 3 plays. I mean, you're right. The offense does not play good. I really have no film to watch this week. Yeah. So
I said really you can do every play.
I really don't have any film to watch. But the thing is, like, the defense was so embarrassing because it's how it happened. Like they literally ran. I think the Chiefs had the ball 5 times maybe this whole game, but they ran 17 plays like every drive. Mahomes had like 40 passes in 3 quarters.
Mm-hmm. Somebody's getting mad that somebody wanted Geno over Sam Darnold. I actually was. Marcus can attest with it. I said Sam Darnold was fine in the offseason. People were like, no. And then like Daniel Jones, all these guys.
Y'all wanted Geno over Sam Darnold.
I'm not saying everybody wanted Geno, but I know for a fact nobody wanted. There were certain things. Nobody wanted Vrabel as a coach. Mm-hmm. Nobody wanted Darnold as a quarterback. Nobody wanted Daniel Jones as a quarterback. I'm not even saying the Colts are a better situation than the Raiders. So I'm not even sure Daniel Jones is doing anything on this team. But just there were a lot of people. Everybody blames like the people talking. Like you told me this guy was good. Well, they're not. What do you want me to do? You know.
And I really didn't want Geno over Sam because was that a conversation about having Sam Darnold over Geno Smith? Was that like a conversation that we had? After the trade happened.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a trade. They made a trade for Geno Smith, and Sam Darnold signed with the Seahawks. It was between the Seahawks and the Vikings with Sam Darnold. So like that, it's just this thing. Like, dude, we like it's whatever. You know what I mean? Like the Geno thing didn't work out. It just doesn't work out. I don't know. What to
I was saying, I know Marcus and I were talking about like just Sam Darnold coming to the Raiders and like turning into a pumpkin, like getting the end of the season Sam Darnold from last year, but like. From the standpoint of like that was their only best option, pretty much, and then Geno ended up coming up.
I mean,
here's the thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sam Darnold very clearly needs to be in a specific type of offense, which is that Shanahan tree. So until the Raiders get someone like that, I don't think it makes a difference, and I don't think Sam Darnold's playing like he is in Las Vegas, or if he is in Las Vegas.
They got a nice defense over there in Seattle.
yeah, exactly. It wouldn't be worth it to try and have him for multiple years. Try to keep some consistency. Chip Kelly.
Maybe with Chip Kelly, I see it personally to me is I don't think you're keeping Geno next year, or at least as a starter. So I don't think it's that big of a deal to move your offensive coordinator. I think your head coach of your team should stay there personally. And I know people hate Pete Carroll right now, which I mean, after a 35-0 loss, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that he's amazing, but I just mean coaches around the league, like people, we could have Ben Johnson, we could have had Jim Harbaugh. No, we could not have had either of those guys. No, we could not have. I just want you guys to know that neither of them thought about this team because there's no quarterback and coaches get fired after a year.
Yeah,
just letting you guys know that were never possibilities.
They got to get a quarterback just for that reason, because that does bring coaches. If you have a young guy quarterback that people like, you know what I mean. I'm gonna play some of these voicemails in a second.
Johnson went to Chicago. It wasn't because of their running back.
Yeah.
If
you keep this up, we picking high in the draft. There's chances to
get relegated.
Relegated to that. Yeah. It you know. I don't know, man. I'm just playing voicemails. I really have nothing else really to say.
We got today. Oh my gosh, we have voicemails.
Oh yeah, we got some voicemails today.
Oh my god.
I got to cover these numbers. People are upset. How do I?
Yeah.
Let me see it. Let me download them because people are crying last time. Marcus is. I'm hurting people's.
We got scammers because we got
scammers in here and stuff.
We got scammers watching, trying to sell diabetic test strips.
Yeah. Exactly. All right, here we go. Where's this thing? Where'd it go? Sorry. Yep. So voicemail. Hold on, let me open this.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
I gotta open it first.
While he's opening there, I just gotta say, like, it is unfortunate watching this all the time, and I think we all just want like a watchable product. Like we're just like, man, it would be really nice to just like sit down and watch a game that looks like the other games I watch. You know, and it's like the Raiders are uniquely bad in that way.
I'm not hearing anything.
Nothing.
You can't hear it?
Yeah, it's just you.
Sound. Oh, hold on. It's just me? Okay, hold on.
That's a nice short voicemail, though, luckily.
Yeah, you're right. Let me fix this.
We got that looks like a Windows media player back in the day.
Also, there we go. Now, what about now?
Yo, I ain't think shit to get any motherfucking words, but goddamn, we motherfuckers suck. Like, goddamn, like, I ain't never seen some shit like this in my motherfucking life. I've been like 25 years, only seen 3 motherfucking winning seasons. I'm fucking tired of this shit, but I can't get enough of this shit. This shit's unbelievable to me. Like, this is like a toxic relationship. The thing is, I'm more loyal to my motherfucking Raiders than I am to a bitch. But goddamn, these motherfuckers got past me to the motherfucking limit. I'm angry. I'm mad. I fucking hate this team. I fucking know this team. I fucking hate it. Motherfucking damn it.
I appreciate that so much.
Right.
Yeah, that was great. That was great. All right, I got one more. Go ahead, Matt.
I was gonna say I'm 32 and like it's been tough. I can't imagine only being 25 and not getting those like early 2000s years.
No, it's like all you got. I guess like thinking that those were gonna last forever. I mean, if you were born like basically when like your football watching started with Jamarcus Russell.
Yeah, that's brutal.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Josh from the Central Valley in California. We've been through some rough times as Raider fans, but dude, this takes the cake. If you guys were talking about baseball, try being an Oakland A's fan and a Raider fan at the same time. So I'm not even a basketball fan, so this is just horrible on both ends. I just want to know, like, why are we refusing to play some talent on the sidelines? We have Forsythe still in there. Caleb Rogers is still out. It's disheartening to see like this team just continue to spiral out of control. And you're wasting prime years of Max. You're wasting, honestly, Genty's still a rookie. You know, he's still showing bursts out there, doing some great things. And Gino's falling apart before our very own eyes, and we're not doing anything about it. Well, Pete Carroll isn't. So where's too many people? If it was up to us, Gino would have been benched week 3. And so I think at this point, our only hope is to draft Fernando Mendoza. I'm saying that because my last name is Mendoza, and he's Latino, so we got to draft him. So the whole Latino Raider community would be happy. But what do you guys think is the plan going forward? I mean, we've all been calling all the young players to play just to see what we got, just to assess your talent. But seems every time the Raiders hire a new coach, they do exactly opposite of what they've been known to do, i.e. Pete Carroll. So you guys be safe. You guys have a good one.
I I said that Mendoza Raiders jersey will sell more than Bo Jackson's old jersey. Like that'll go crazy. First off, I have tried being an Oakland A's and Raiders fan. In fact, I still do it. I'm gonna say one thing, dude. Growing up an A's fan was a lot more fun than growing up a Raider fan. I'm gonna say that right much. 20-game winning streak. I mean, they had their playoff woes, and of course, like trading the players. Dude, they went to the playoffs a bunch of the times. The Raiders went to the playoffs like a couple times in my life. The Raiders are bad, man. Like that, like they're, and that's why I don't even think this season takes the cake. I straight up don't think this is the worst season I've seen. I know it's fresh and the wound is fresh. This is just part. I'm just more disappointed that nothing's changed rather than this is the worst.
Yeah. Baby Shig's mad because we didn't play his voicemail. Baby Shig, you know why we didn't play your voicemail last time. We play your voicemails all the time. We know why you didn't play your last one.
Yeah,
we know why. We're not gonna say. Did y'all pass the 5-minute mark? What does that mean?
He's asking me about my personal life. No, I'm just kidding. But
yeah, 5 minutes.
Yeah,
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, got a real Peter Woods over here.
Yeah, exactly. All right. I think that's it. I got nothing else to say. I don't know. Do you guys got any last thoughts? It's just kind of.
This team sucks. That's my last
thought. It's bad. Yeah, I don't blame people that check out. And if you're like truly looking forward to the draft, like you guys, I'm sure are going to put out some more good draft content. I'll definitely be in a position to pick a lot of these players high and stuff. And there's, like I said, multiple strategies they can do. I still am fine with Spy Tech ultimately. That's why I'm not. Like when they had Mayock and they were bad, I was like, fuck, we're not going to draft well either. You know what I mean? Like, and I still think Spytek's going to be able to get talent for this team. And even if you're mad about this draft class right now, just like these draft classes need time, man. Like, we want instant gratification about draft classes. Just give the draft class a little bit of time. The free agents and stuff, that's awful though. So that's got to change.
Yeah, it's that game was bad, man. I was like, it's literally one of the worst football games I ever watched, just because they ran 29 offensive plays, man. Crazy.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We're out of here. Hit the subscribe button. Subscribe. We got 1,100 across Twitter and YouTube. And we love misery over here.
Masochism.
We love it, guys. We're out of here because I don't any last to say. I don't really know what to say, man. I'm just done. Man. All right, guys. We're out of here.